Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, hit the subscribe button down below because trust me, you're gonna want to subscribe to my channel. So you might as well save some time. So today's video is going to be about how I got started into modeling.
You wanna be on top?
This is like a very highly requested video. So many people, so many of you guys write me like DMs on Instagram, on Twitter or like Facebook and ask me about this, like how did you start modeling? So I'm going to tell you my personal story of how I got started, and in between the line you will understand how to get started as a fashion model, and at the end I will also like give you a kind of like tips and kind of way to get started to model overseas and how to get contracts. So let's get started. So basically my story is kind of like of a long story, and it's not like the typical model story. Like I didn't get scouted by just hanging out at the mall and someone telling me like, oh, you look so gorgeous, like do you want to become a model or something? Unfortunately that's not how it happened. I wish in a way it had happened this way, but on the other hand, I like my personal story because modeling was really a deliberate choice by me. So I like that in this way. So basically after I graduated from high school, my dad gave me some reward money as well as money to like have my driver license. And I was singing and writing songs, and I just wanted to be a singer and like a recording artist. So I would be like all the time writing in my bedroom. I wrote like about 16 songs I think or something like this. It was like a whole album, and I had for each song like the concept, how would the music video be, and I make like a whole file with like the whole blueprint of my career. And yeah, so I was like renting a record studio and going and recording songs. I ended up recording like a mini album or EP of like 8 songs I think. And yeah, I needed at some point some pictures to get me started on like social media, because when you're singing, even if you're doing music, you need like some visuals. Since I didn't have enough money to make like a whole music video, I still wanted like people to associate an image to me. So I contacted like a fashion photographer. He was doing like a lot of model tests, and I thought his picture were quite cool. And I picked up some outfit by myself. I styled myself. I had like some leopard leggings with like stud nipples, and I had like a whole coat with like studs all over. It took me like so much time to like put all the studs on, and my finger were like, I got so many cuts on my fingers because of this, but it was looking so cool. Or like at that time I was looking the coolest in my opinion. Now that I look back, it was a bit of whack. There was a bit of a whack thing going on, but at the time I was like so happy with it. And we shoot it in Louvre Rivoli, like in the center of Paris, like around the pyramid. I was feeling myself and shit.
I'm feeling myself.
That?
Feeling
Yeah, perfect.
myself.
Nice.
I'm feeling myself.
Perfect.
I'm feeling myself.
Yes.
I'm feeling
It's
myself.
dope, Nikki.
And he told me like, oh, you look really beautiful, and I think you photograph like really nicely, and you have like also attitude to like take the pictures. So I think you should contact this agency, and this agency. I'm pretty sure you could like work as a fashion model, and they would like want to sign you and everything. So at that point, this kind of like, I was flattered, and this kind of went into one ear and went out to the other. Because even though I was watching like all of kind of shows like American Next Top Models and stuff like this, every time it was about girls being fashion models. So in my mind, I kind of didn't exactly like assimilated that as a man you can actually make a career of being a model. So I was like, okay. So although I was like very tall and like slim, I never really thought about it. And at that point I still have like some money. So I was like, who cares about modeling? I'm gonna be like a singer. Like I don't care about like those little like pictures and stuff. It was fun, but it wasn't like, you know, I wouldn't wanted to have it like as a job. So I put it like those pictures like on social medias like Facebook and stuff, and a lot of other photographers would contact me, and that time I didn't had to pay because I paid like $100 to the other photographers, but then I was contacted like to have pictures for free. So I was doing like photo shot like once in a while. Like I wasn't getting any money, but I wasn't giving any money out as well, so I was just like doing it like as a hobby. And at some point I started like running out of like money, obviously. Because I recorded like, all this song. Like renting a record studio is very expensive for the whole day, and yeah, so I was also buying the instrumental for the music because I was writing my own lyrics and singing by myself, but still you had like to need an instrumental to sing on, so I was buying this as well. So at some point I really needed money, and I applied at all the jobs that you can get being unqualified. Being unqualified as I was and still am, like McDonald's, KFC, like to be a shop assistant at H&M, Zara and everything. I applied to all of these kind of jobs, but none of them ever like contacted me for an interview, like zero. Even McDonald's, they had like a kind of center when you can just come by and drop your resume, and then they like call you, so then you have more chances. And I went there several times, like 3 or 4 times, and they never also contacted them. So the beach was like struggling, and when I would do like those test shooting, a lot of photographers would tell me like, oh, you should like start modeling and everything. So I decided that would be at the end a good way to make money, but still to be like close to the music industry. Because what I wanted, I didn't want it to have like a job that would basically like take me so far that I couldn't like see my dream anymore. So I was like, oh, this is a good idea, because you always see like singers like Beyonce on like first rows of fashion shows, like Kanye West and everything. I was like, maybe I'm gonna actually like meet someone there who's gonna like help me for my music career. So I started applying to like modeling agency, and it didn't went as well as as I thought. I had so many pictures, so sometimes I would do 5 test shoots like per week. Sometimes I'd have 2 test shoots per day. And because of this, I had so many pictures like coming in my email, and I would just apply sometimes to the same agency like 3 times a day. Like basically, if there's something at this from that video that you need to keep in mind, don't do it. Like don't apply so often. At least you might want to wait 3 or 6 months between each application to the same agency. That's what I would advise, because all the photographers and everything would push me, would be like, oh, if you haven't got a reply, maybe you should apply again and again. They get so many applications, so maybe you need to send yours like several times. Or they're like, yeah, I'm sure they would like you, so you should like continue and be like persistent, like don't give up. And they would tell me stories like, oh, I know this guy, and they tell him no, and like 2 weeks later he went again, and they tell yes, he got like a contract and everything. So I was like, oh, maybe I should like just keep like going, keep pushing and everything. And I kept doing this, and some agencies were like so pissed at me. And basically when you apply and they don't want you, they generally send you like very like generic mail. Sorry, you don't look good for us, or sorry, you're not the look we are looking for at the moment. So I was like, they're not looking for my look at the moment, but it means maybe in 1 month they would want me. In the meantime, even before I signed to work as a freelancer, like I started to get some actually like pay jobs, like small money, like 3, 4, 500 like euros, something like this, like occasionally. But I still wanted to get signed to an agency so I could do like fashion shows, and I could actually book like editorials and this kind of jobs. And at some point, like all of a sudden, I got like a positive reply, like, yes, we really love your look. We really want you like to be on our board and like to sign you. And it's funny because like the same way I was getting like really bad rejections, I got like a really like positive, like they really sound excited to like sign me. It was an agency in Switzerland, and I got a reply from the Netherlands. They were like really also excited, like, yeah, we would love to represent you and everything. And I got one in Paris. And at first the one in Paris was my mother agency, meaning they're basically supposed to be the one organizing my career at an international level. And the one in Amsterdam was just one among. And then after 6 months I switched because I really had a nice relationship with the one in the Netherlands. So I was like, I might as well have them as my mother agent. And yeah, that's basically how I got like started as a fashion model. It took quite some time and a lot of effort. And the funny thing is like when I actually got signed, it was very easy. It was when I actually stopped like trying so hard. Like trying so hard really doesn't work. You have to believe in yourself and to just be like easy. There are actually several ways to get started internationally and to get like contracts overseas. You don't necessarily have to have like a modeling agency. You can also work with like a scout. A scout is an agent that generally it's a single person, or they're like 2 or 3, and their work is to place you with agency worldwide. And when they place you somewhere, they're gonna get 10% of what you're gonna make as money, and the agency they're gonna place you with is gonna get the other 10%. In most countries, it's a little bit more expensive in Paris. In Paris, the agency takes 60 to 70% of your earning. So when you get a scout, he's going to try to find the market on which you can be the most successful. So he's going to send you pictures everywhere. And generally, they already have like a few contacts here and there. And so they might place you like in Asia, like China, Japan, Korea. They might place you like in the States, like New York, LA. They might place you in Europe, Paris, Milan, Barcelona, wherever there's like work to do. They might try to place you, and wherever they have like contact and wherever they think you can make money. Or at the beginning, they might place you wherever they think you can get some pictures from like your portfolio. And to apply to a model agency or to a scout, you don't necessarily need to have professional pictures at first. You can just have like some digitals. I'm gonna insert some here and here. Digitals are like very natural pictures. Basically, everyone can take your digitals, even with your iPhone. If you have like iPhone from like the 5 or 6, even your mom can take your digital. Like my sister took a lot of my digital, and basically you just need some of those. On the website from the agency, you can find like how to take digital, and they put like some examples. So generally it's like frontal and profile and like full body and like American portrait. And yeah, you basically just need those. So you don't need to like pay a photographer because you want to start like a modeling career. No, digital is generally enough. And the funny thing is that even when you actually become a fashion model, some castings, they don't really look at your portfolio. They're just like, can you come? And they just take digital of you. And the decision is going to be based on those digital, whether you get the job or not. Even if you have like a huge portfolio of like 30 or 40 pictures. And if you already have like some pictures because you've already done a few modeling, you have to be very careful on the picture you're sending. Don't send picture in when you have like too much makeup or the hair is like too crazy. You might want to send the stuff that is the most simple, because otherwise they might think it looks cheap. So it's better to send like the simple stuff when they can really like see your natural beauty. There's a website called models.com, and I usually would go either to models.com or to K Models. And on this website you can find like a listing of all model agency, like all model agency worldwide. You can search them by country, and the good thing is on models.com they even have rankings, so you can find like the best agencies in this country and this country, like the most popular ones. So that's very helpful. And if you send an application by email, you might just say something random like, hi, my name is blah blah blah, and you might include your age, your height, your measurements like your chest, your waist, and your hip size, your location also where you're living. And that's it. I wish you good luck and I hope it works out for you. As I said before, don't try too hard, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me in the description box. I might do a series of videos about modeling because it seems like you guys have been quite interested in this. I hope this was helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself happy. Jana.